All right, let's see, bye week for our team. So we had the weekend off. We used last week. We had a really good week. We practiced hard. We were a little limited with hours and stuff we were able to do with the guys, but we took full advantage of all that. And that was a big weekend for us, the Penn State weekend. Super thankful for our crowd and the energy in the building. I thought it was awesome, and quite honestly, I thought it made the difference in the weekend for us.
If and when Jesse Tucker and Nash Nienhuis are back in consideration of entering the lineup and you got to take two guys out, what kind of goes into making that decision? And is it something that you do during the week, or is it something that you maybe do on game day?
No, it'll be during the week. We're trying to create an environment here where you earn what you get, and so you're watching guys in practice and making sure guys are healthy and making sure they're ready to go, and then we'll make decisions.
Yeah. Sorry, I was on the phone. Hi, Adam.
How you doing?
All right, week off. Do you like it in the middle of the season, and how anxious do you think this team is to get back going?
Yeah, I think it just depends on what's going on with their team. I think ideally, I thought we had a really good weekend against Penn State. We like to keep playing hockey, but the schedule is what it is, and there'll probably be other years that maybe you're banged up and you need a little time to heal up as a group. So, but you got to play the schedule the way it's laid out, and I also think there's opportunities there to work on some stuff in your game and individually and as a team, through the bye week, so we can be prepared for the weekend.
When it comes to playing on the Olympic sheet, is it a big deal? Is it something that you have to factor in, or is it kind of just maybe an exaggeration from the outside?
Yeah, I try not to make too big a deal of it. I feel fortunate, just my past experience, coached quite a few games on a big sheet, and at the end of the day, it's really it's that outside ice that you can either fall in love with offensively or maybe extend out there defensively. So the games play between the dots. The dots are the same measurements on an NHL as they are an Olympic. So and I think too is the bigger deal you make out of it to your players, they can get in their head a little bit. And the reality is there's more ice out there, but both teams got to skate to get to that ice. And so we talked about a few things, but we try not to make a big deal out of it.
How important was it to kind of get back and get some points within the Penn State series, knowing you would have this long way out before Minnesota this weekend?
Yeah, no, we've just tried to maintain that focus of trying to get better and keep playing our best hockey each weekend, and we don't want to be a program that's on a roller coaster, and so I thought the guys did a really good job. And even that stretch where we weren't there was a lot of good stuff we did too, and I thought we maybe a couple games where we deserved a better fate, and that's why our sport, I think it's hard to judge it off of wins and losses. We actually, our standard is playing our best, and I thought against Penn State there were stretches there where we did, and I think the way we won those games too says a lot about the guys, being down 2-0 going into the first night, to come back and win in overtime, and then the next night, we were down 1-0, tied it, down 3-1, tied it, down 4-3, tied it, and won in the shootout. So that should give guys some confidence in our ability to come back in games.
What sort of things do you think that the team did well against Minnesota earlier in the season, and what sort of things do you think they need to work on, and how can you execute that going into the series?
Yeah, no, I thought we I think they're a really good team. There's not a lot of easy offense against them, and some areas we talked about after there. I think it really showed we got to get to the inside more, and when you're playing against a team that's got that good of a back end there, it's hard, right? You got three guys that could probably play in the National Hockey League right now, so that's an area for sure. Breaking the puck out, I thought when we did, we got up the ice and were able to play in the ozone, but they did a good job of lifting sticks and putting pressure on to create turnovers and attacking. So that's definitely an area we got to be a lot better at this weekend.
2 weeks ago, you talked about finding your team's identity. Where do you think that identity lays right now?
Yeah, no, I thought you saw it this past weekend. Against Penn State, I thought that's who we need to be as a team. We need to pressure the puck when we don't have it. We need to value having the puck when we do have it, not chuck it around. And we got to create an offense. It isn't always pretty. We got to be willing to go to those dirty areas. And I thought we showed a lot of that this last weekend.
Sounds like you're pretty satisfied with the way this team approaches its job. But with that week off, do you as a staff take any time adjusting anything, or is it just status quo, full speed ahead?
Yeah, I think you're always looking at different areas, but I also don't want to chase it. We're still trying to be the best versions of ourselves. I think you can go down a rabbit hole sometimes, and we definitely look at different areas of our game and maybe tweaking and changing. sometimes I think that gives your team an out too, when you're like, hey, we gotta change this, or rather we just need to be better, and, and then I think an unbelievable opportunity to get out and recruit, on a bye week too, so we were able to get out and watch some games.
Getting to play with the adaptive sports team, how cool is that for you guys kind of in this bye week?
Yeah, it was great, well, I was gone on the road, the assistants were too, but, I think that's something really special about our program is our guys' willingness to be involved in the community, and, I think when you get a chance to do that, obviously, you go into it and thinking, it's a blessing for them, it ends up being a blessing for our guys even more, we get frustrated when we don't win a hockey game, and, there's people that are our guys' age that can't get out of bed or can't play the sport they love, or maybe don't have family or parents that supported them the way our guys' families supported them to get to this point. So I think, part of what we want to be as a program is appreciate everything we have, and that's, health is a great one, and for our guys to get out there and do it, I thought was awesome.
Did anybody have any stories about how cool it was for, you mentioned the players liking it more?
Yeah, no, I think they were just excited about being able to get out there and do it. And I saw the video and put together, like, you guys were all smiling and enjoying being out there. And again, I think that's one thing our program for sure is the tradition of giving back in the community. I think that's there's a reason our rink is full and standing room. It's obviously quality to play impacts that, but I do think our community understands that our guys are invested in it.
You guys are currently in the running to potentially host in the Big Ten tournament, which would be great for the program and for MUN as well. Is that something you guys think about or look at, or are you guys trying to focus on the present and work at the next game?
Yeah, just focus on the present. I think that stuff will take care of itself. You guys have done a good job of putting ourselves in a spot, but I think we've also learned through the year if we look too far ahead, instead of focusing on the task at hand, and that's just, they're lifting right now, have a great lift, and then tomorrow we'll have a great practice, and obviously it's something we would love to be able to do to have our fans experience a Big Ten playoff series would be awesome.
This program hasn't beaten Minnesota in 3 years. Obviously, you haven't had much effect on that, but what just gives you the most confidence that you can go into Minnesota this weekend and get a win or two?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about this group is we're a team. It's not about, I'm not sitting up here saying that this line's going to score, or that line's going to score, this defense is going to be great, or whatever. I think we have to play as a team, and I think when you play team hockey, it can be dangerous, and for us to do that is you got to have a group of guys that lose themselves in the team and understand that no matter if they're playing 3 minutes or if they're playing 23 minutes, that they're valued the same and they can impact the game the same way. So, I'm looking forward to getting on the plane, getting out there and playing team hockey. Thank you.
Thanks.